Hey all, Rapid here. Welcome back to the Slop channel once again. 2 days in a row, right? There's been a pretty big update on Bhvr's Twitter. They actually released 2 tweets, one with a video accompanying, talking about the future of DBD for the rest of this calendar year, it seems, and forward. And they've basically have addressed the absolute batshit tomfoolery that's been going on. That's the kindest way I can put it, really. Basically the entire mess of communication. They've completely accepted that they have messed up big time. And right out the gate, it seems like they've put probably the most well-respected community manager in Bhvr, Eric Pope, to kind of explain what's going on for the next 2 months. And not gonna lie, this response seems pretty good. They gave us a graphic to go along with it if you didn't really watch the video, but basically what they're going to be doing is they're putting out another bug fix. Hopefully that doesn't break the game anymore. They're putting out more polish on the upcoming chapter and more bug fixes, of course, right? They finally removed Jim and added him as a charm, but more notably, we are not seeing the next PTB for another few weeks, it seems. They're pushing it to early September, which I know a lot of people probably won't be happy about it, but I think a majority of the community has been asking for an Operation Health chapter for a long time, for years. And I know Bhvr's done quality of life updates before in the Realm Beyond, right, with map reworks, Unreal Engine 5 swap, and of course, Unreal Engine 5 was terrible off launch. But they've tried to do community quality of life changes in the past. You know, kind of similar to Rainbow Six Siege, how they've done that over years, and they've even done like Rainbow Six Siege X, I think it's called now. And this response seems like it's being taken pretty well, surprisingly. Another big note is that the November chapter is going to be pushed to January, which is a pretty big jump. This is their next license chapter. Yeah, it seems like they're trying to make sure it's a little bit more ready for the shelves. They don't want to push it out too quickly. And does this suck? Yeah, absolutely. Should we get quality of life changes and new content at the same time? Yeah, I think so. But like, if we had to pick one or the other, I'm going to be honest, I'd rather have health updates and quality of life. Because what would you rather have? A broken license chapter or just a broken chapter in general that comes out earlier, or would you have it be ready? Yes, I feel like they need more people at the helm to make the ship running smoother, but the community has been asking for a health chapter for a very long time, and I feel like this is probably the best time to do it with the amount of shit that's been going on. We are seeing as well, they're focusing on a Myers quality of life rework as well. Slugging, tunneling, camping, they're looking at that all over again, which I'm surprised. I'm not sure what they're going to do with all that, especially with the anti-camp meter that was released, I want to say about 2 years ago. And basically, this entire post is just quality of life over and over and over and over, which is good. That's a very good thing. And they're even looking at doing more prestige rewards, a huge MMR rework, that type of stuff. But while this update is being received pretty well by the community, I don't think we should be going around celebrating yet. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be going, all right, Bhvr, here's your trophy. Here's your first place of W communication. That was good communication. Don't get me wrong. I think this post did a pretty good job of what they're trying to say that they're going to do for the next few months. Saying it is one thing, and then doing it is another, right? I don't want to sit here and be like, well, Bhvr's never going to accomplish anything ever that they say. But we do kind of have to be a little skeptical. There's been many times where, all right, guys, bug fix is coming out, quality of life update coming out, we're reworking this amount of killers, and it ended up being terrible. I remember when the Twins rework came out, I think around last year, and it kind of bricked people's games almost. It was terrible update, and they basically reverted all of it. They did the same thing towards Base K Unbreakable and the very early renditions of the Finisher Mori system. So this entire post is on the surface level good, but we really need to wait for it to actually come out. We need to see if it's going to be good, right? It needs to come out correctly. And I'm not happy about having to wait longer for content. I don't think anybody is, but it's better to come out finished because the next original chapter, I'm pretty sure they've said, is folklore oriented, and I think they can do a lot with that. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the early marketing of the Unknown. I originally thought that character was going to be a skinwalker, and I really wanted it to be, because I find a killer hiding in plain sight, pretending to be another survivor, whether it's licensed or not, would be a phenomenal addition to the game. I would love that. Kind of like the Thing from John Carpenter's movie. I really just don't want them to butcher. I want Behavior to succeed. I really do. But we do kind of have to hold them accountable as a community. Will a boycott work? I truly don't know. I just think they really need to keep up this level of standard they've put into place now with communication. But enough talking about the bad. I am very excited for the 2v8 to return. The idea that you can queue for a match, a normal match, and then queue and then immediately get into a 2v8 game after that is pretty nice. Basically, play while you wait. And I'm very excited for that, but they also said that they're not releasing any new killers for this one, which is unfortunate, because the memes that came out for Kaneki and Springtrap being in 2v8, would have loved to see something like that. I think that would have been really funny, right? But I would also rather that to come out and not be a buggy mess. There's still a chance that it could be a phenomenally buggy mess in the 2v8. So I'm really hoping that's not the case, because even though they've pushed back this PTB that's coming out soon, they still have all the more chances. I still think every new update for the rest of this year is kind of like make or break for the community, because no matter what they say now, people are still going to be pissed. Absolutely. Do they need to be held accountable? 100%. So I wanted to just make this short little video to kind of gather what you guys thought about their overall update. Do we think it's going to fall on deaf ears? Do you think they were actually going to follow through on it? Is it just going to end up extremely buggy and messy? So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all in the next one. Cheers.